What fanbase do you think has the worst reputation and why? Rick and Morty's is going to forever be that fanbase that freaked out about sauce packets at McDonald's and stabbed a guy over them. Italia, definitely. The memorial incident left a permanent mark. For those who don't know, Italia is an anime about personified countries, and a couple cosplayers did the salute at a Holocaust memorial. Currently, Nicki Minaj. The barbs threatening to deface Megan Thee Stallion's mother's grave is beyond the pale. Find something with a fanbase, and they will do everything they can to show why they are terrible. Star Wars. I'm a fan, but we can be extremely toxic. Andrew Tate fanboys. Need I elaborate further? I think that you can generally predict how toxic a fandom is gonna be by how many teenagers are in it. Like, Undertale has a famously awful fanbase, but the vast majority of it is teens. Same for Super Who Lock, or any anime. League of Legends. Do not go into that cesspool. Political fanbases. Rallying behind any person in spite of their words, actions, etc. just because he's part of your team is destroying our country, and quick. Now we have factions within teens, and people brag about the extremes of their ridiculousness, and if you're not as extreme you might as well be on the other team. Anime fans have to have the worst reputation for a fanbase. It's an overgeneralization, but yeah. I wouldn't say the worst, but the Edward versus Jacob fanbases were really hilarious. Defenders of blindingly bright headlights. They'll defend to their possibly quite literal due to blinding oncoming drivers hitting them death their right to shine obscenely bright lights in your eyes because they spent thousands of dollars on their vehicle to do so. Never mind the fact that there is absolutely no need whatsoever for headlights that bright in a low-speed urban neighborhood. And God forbid you do the same thing back with a $50 flashlight half as bright. No, that's not okay. It's only okay when they do it. Muscovites. Beehive. The singer doesn't know you exist and does not care. Having to go beat up someone for talking mad about Queen Honeybee is psychotic. People are allowed opinions. Any kids media with a large adult audience. The answer why is the abbreviation of CP, and it's not COD points. Zack Snyder fans. Worshipping average movies and treating an okay director like a god is strange. Also, being outwardly toxic to anyone who disagrees is also weird. I think any sufficiently large fanbase can be toxic, but it's usually the loud minority. Best example is Star Wars. Most Star Wars fans are just nerds that like space and the idea of an intergalactic struggle with cool ships and space wizards. But then you have some people that send death threats to actors that played characters simply because they didn't like the character. Tool, so I've heard. Back in the day, Supernatural, CW show, fans were terrifying. I think most media fandoms go through this. But the parasocial obsession with the actors and their personal lives was bordering on pure psychopathy, especially when it came to shippers. I also remember back on LiveJournal, the kink meme, a community where people can anonymously request certain types of fics and others anonymously or not fill those requests, originated some of the most weird and, on occasion, heinous porn I've ever encountered. I would say anything related to construction. Not exactly a fanbase but a community. Any construction-related forum or online community is a bunch of guys with 40 years experience talking about what an idiot this guy is for using a Phillips instead of a flathead.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.